Dear students, today we are going to learn the most interested chapter in this particular subject, management accounting, which is known as marginal costing. Actually, there are two chapters in here related with this particular marginal costing concept. Module 3 cover the basic problem. From there, we will get the basic understanding how. That means we will familiar with some basic equations. Then next chapter, module number 4. In there, they will give us tricky question. How to apply this marginal costing equation or concept. That means decision making area. So both the chapter we can collectively called as marginal costing, nothing great. So in outside India, this particular marginal costing concept is popularly known as CVP. What does it mean? Cost, volume, profit analysis. Cost, volume, profit analysis. Before going to this concept, one should understand what is the difference between variable cost and fixed cost. I think, is it required to say again? Fixed cost, what is fixed cost, what is variable? Do you know that? Yes, very well. Then it's not required to explain it again right now. Okay. The main thing in this chapter is volume, which means number of unit to be produced or unit. Okay. We can sum up. Popularly, this concept or marginal costing is in outside India, maybe in USA, UK, it is known as CVP analysis. Especially the ACCA and CMA students, they have also to study this one. Okay, but in there they mention CVP instead of marginal costing. Okay, first I will give you an example. From this, we can understand the beauty of this particular concept. Okay. Concept problem. Just read it. Selling price per unit is 10. I think we can take pen as an example. Pen. Okay. Selling price per pen is equal to rupees 10. Variable price per pen is equal to 6. We know that this variable cost include direct material plus direct labor plus direct expense plus variable overhead. This overhead may be factory overhead, selling and distribution overhead, office and administration. But for easiness, they give us only the variable cost per unit. 6. Then they gave fixed cost. Assume rent, okay, as 1000, and totally the sales amount will be 6000. How got this one? Sales unit total 6000. So now we are going to produce 6000 pen. From this, they asked to compute income statement. Do you know what is income statement? Do you know? Have you studied income statement? Yes. The profit and loss account, which means trading P&L account, is collectively known as income statement. In outside India, when we go to UK, USA, there they use this income statement instead of trading P&L account. Then we have some new things here to calculate: PV ratio, break-even point or break-even sales, and margin of safety. This we will discuss later. Now I am going to give a interesting fact. You just give me the answer. Actually, you just remind the number. Selling price is 10. Okay. Then variable cost per unit is 6. Fixed cost is rupees 1000, and number of unit going to produce is 6000. Going to produce and subsequently sell it. So just prepare an income statement. Income statement. Okay. 6,000 into 10. So we sold how many number of pen? 6,000. For each pen we got 10 rupees as selling price. So total sales will be 60,000. Then variable cost minus variable cost. What is the variable cost? 6 per pen. So it will come 6,000 into 6 is equal to 36,000. When sales minus variable cost, the result will be contribution. What is contribution? You may think that why sir we represent like this, we show like this. We will get the understanding when we do problems one by one. We will get the understanding. Okay, till that there is a suspense. Then minus, we have to deduct one more cost. Which cost? Fixed cost, 10,000. So we will get finally the profit. So here there is no segregation as factory, direct material, direct labor. Here only the segregation is variable cost and fixed cost. As you know, when I gave the cost sheet format, what is the cost sheet format? Direct material, direct labor, direct expense, prime cost, add factory overhead, administration overhead, selling and distribution. These costs branched into two. Here in marginal costing, total cost is not equal to direct material plus direct labor. Here nothing great, variable cost plus fixed cost. So all the costs categorized into two. If there is a semi-variable cost, they have to segregate as variable. Actually, maybe on the there are different bases for classification of cost. On the basis of variability, the costs are classified into three. One is variable, fixed, then semi-variable. But actually there are two, fixed and variable. Semi-variable contains some portion of variable and fixed. When we segregate it, this will be added to other two costs, variable cost and fixed cost. The profit is equal to 14,000. Now I am going to ask very important tricky question. When the particular business sold 6,000 unit pen, they got 14,000 as profit. Then the question is that if we produce 12,000 unit, what will be our profit? What will be the profit? Yeah, it's common sense. If we got 14,000 from sale of 6,000, when sales doubled, which means it became 12,000, our profit will also be doubled, like 28,000. Okay? Yeah. Are you sure? Damn sure. But you have mistaken. Okay? That is the beauty of marginal costing. Yeah, ruko. Yes. Is it 14,000 into 2, 28,000? No, the real profit is 38,000 because fixed cost. Okay, many times we were discussed about the concept of fixed cost. How the fixed cost will lead to reduce cost. If we produce more unit, then fixed cost per unit decreases. Okay, yeah, I will show that. Don't worry, let's check it. We can prepare another income statement. Here sales is 12,000 into 10. There is no change in selling price. It will come 1,20,000. Minus variable cost 12,000 into 6. So it will come 72,000. Then contribution is 48,000 minus fixed cost. That is the trick here. Fixed cost, we can assume it's at rent. Whether you produce 6,000 unit, 5,000 unit, 10,000 unit, 12,000 unit, the fixed cost remain unchanged. So here fixed cost will be 10,000, then the profit will be 38,000. When you go into produce more and more unit, fixed cost remain unchanged. Okay, so don't ask me, sir. In marginal costing, normally we know that how to prepare cost sheet. Direct material, direct labor, direct expense. the cost sheet, we can call it as income statement also. Cost sheet, what happened in cost sheet? We will get the cost plus profit is equal to sales, which means income statement. When it's ulta, okay, yeah, it is income statement. Okay, yeah, sales minus what? Variable cost. It will come contribution minus fixed cost is equal to profit. You know one thing, when we prepare, if we get a question from this particular area, marginal cost, first you should try to prepare marginal cost sheet. What is that? Nothing great. This income statement is also known as marginal cost sheet. So first prepare marginal cost sheet. What is the format of marginal cost sheet or income statement? Sales minus variable cost is equal to contribution minus fixed cost is equal to profit. Okay, yeah, I think we had better to write this. Okay, after that we can continue with the remaining portion. Okay, let's move to the remaining part of the question. For computation purpose, I would like to draw the income statement or marginal cost sheet. You can say like that, marginal cost sheet. How we can draw? Sales, actually the 14,000 units, just they asked to compare the magic, to understand the magic of marginal cost sheet. Here our main question is 6,000 unit based into 10, so it will come 60,000. Please respond, dear students. Minus variable cost is equal to 6,000 into 6 is equal to 36,000. So the contribution will be minus fixed cost is equal to 10,000. So finally we will get 14,000 as profit. Okay, then what they additionally asked? Actually they asked number 1 as income statement. Then number 2, what was the question? Number 2, contribution. Why they asked that? Actually, when we prepared income statement, we got the solution for many parts of the question, which means we know now the contribution is 24,000. We can use some equation for that. Can you make an equation based on this statement? Yeah, definitely. Contribution is equal to sales minus variable cost. It will come 60,000 minus 36,000, 24,000. Then number 3, as per the question, variable cost. How we can calculate variable cost? By setting an equation, sales minus contribution. Simple. Sales is 60,000, contribution is 24,000, so we will get 36,000 as variable cost. Okay, then fourth part of the question, sales is equal to variable cost plus contribution. Simple. Variable cost is equal to 36,000, contribution is equal to 24,000. Totally it will come 60,000 sales. Then fifth one, I think, excuse me, fifth one, profit is equal to contribution minus fixed cost. Contribution minus fixed cost. Contribution is equal to 24,000 minus fixed cost is equal to 10,000 is equal to 14,000. Then next one, sixth, Okay, fixed cost is equal to contribution minus profit. Fixed cost 10,000. How we will get variable cost minus contribution? Sorry. Okay. Fixed cost is equal to contribution minus profit. 24,000 minus 14,000 is equal to 10,000. Next, PV ratio. Yeah, from this equation onwards, we have to give much more attention. Seventh one, what is that? PV ratio. What is the full form of that? Profit volume ratio. Actually, there are two equations to find out PV ratio. Actually, do you know what is the PV ratio? Before going to the equation, PV ratio is the percentage of contribution on sales. Simple. What is PV ratio? PV ratio means percentage of contribution on sales. From this statement, you can make an equation. Can you give me the equation? How you know the percentage of contribution on sales? 24,000 divided by 60,000 into 100. So the equation will be contribution divided by sales into 100. Contribution divided by sales into 100. Contribution is how much? 24,000 divided by sales is equal to 60,000 into 100 is equal to what will be the percentage? 40. Okay, 40%. You know one thing, we can just put this percentage in this income statement. Here we can put, listen carefully, 40% is the contribution. Assume sales as 100%. Then what will be the percentage of variable cost? 60. Common sense. Got it? So sometimes the question gives sales like 60,000. Then they will give contribution 40%. Just question like this. Sales is equal to 60,000. Then PV ratio is equal to 40%. Then what is variable cost? Can you? If PV ratio, which means the ratio of contribution on sales is 40%, then the remaining 60% for variable cost. So the variable cost is equal to 60,000 into 60%. How much? 36,000. Nothing great, very simple. Okay, you got the connection? Okay, 36,000. Do you have any doubt? If contribution is 30%, then variable cost will be 70%. If contribution is 10%, variable cost will be 90%. You got the relation? So PV ratio is the percentage of contribution on sales. The remaining percentage will be variable cost. Sales always represent as 100%. Got it? Yes. Pakka? Yes. Yeah. Then, we can draw here total sales is equal to 60,000. Assumed as 100%. Branched into two. First branch is variable cost, then fixed cost. Okay. Variable cost, which means it represent as a percentage of 40%. Then, sorry, mistaken. Contribution and variable cost. The percentage of contribution is 40%, then the variable cost, that is the balancing figure of 60%. Nothing great. So what is the equation? What is mean by PV ratio? Percentage of contribution on sales. Okay, the equation will be when you study this, when you understood this, what is PV ratio, then automatically you will get the equation also. What is the equation? Contribution divided by sales into 100. I told you that there is another equation for PV ratio. The equation is PV ratio is equal to change in, do you know? Change in profit divided by change in sales. This is the another equation we can apply. Change in profit divided by change in sales into 100. But unfortunately, we cannot apply this question in this equation in this particular question because of lack of information. This we will discuss later. Okay, so just study the equation. PV ratio is equal to change in profit divided by change in sales into 100. I will connect both the equation later in another detailed discussion with an example. Okay, when you get a range. Up to that, we just by heart it, nothing great. Then let's go to the 8th part. What is 8? Yeah, that's very interesting concept. Okay, break even point. We can express in two ways. Break even point in unit and break even point in rupees or values. The equation is BEP. It is popularly known as BEP. Fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. What is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit? Okay, we know the contribution. We know the fixed cost. How much is the fixed cost here? 10,000. Just write the 10,000. Divided by, what is mean by contribution per unit? Contribution per unit. We know the contribution means sales minus variable cost. Contribution per unit means selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. What is the selling price per unit? 10. Variable cost per unit is 6. So 10 minus 6 is equal to 4. Instead of writing total contribution like 24,000, they asked what? Contribution per unit. Any doubt? Okay, simple. So we can just put there as denominator. What will be the amount? 2,500 units. Actually, this is an interesting concept. Okay, what is mean by break-even point? It is nothing. We can write there like no profit or loss on this point. When you are going to start a manufacturing concern of pen, you would like to know that at what unit you will get profit. Up to break-even point, there will be a loss. When you cross that particular break-even point, then only you will get profit. So it's very important to know that when we are going to produce what? T-shirt, then we wish to like that after how many unit or when a particular point reached, how many unit of shirts sold, then we will get profit. അല്ലേ? അത് നമ്മുടെ ഒരു ആഗ്രഹമില്ലേ? അല്ലേ? മനസ്സിലായില്ലേ? Okay. Yes. So come to the point 4. 2,500 unit. Let's check with some example. Okay. We can take 3. if units sold 2500, the profit will be 0, no profit or loss. If the unit sold is 3000, we will get profit or loss? Profit. If it is below break even point, we will get loss. Let's check it. What is the sales value? At rupees 10. So it will come 2500 into 10 is equal to 25,000. Then 3000 into 10 is equal to 30,000. 2000 into 10 is equal to 20,000. Minus variable cost at rupees 6. What will be the amount? Just calculate and give me. 15,000. Then 3000 into 6, 18,000. Then 2000 into 6, 12,000. So contribution here will be 10,000. Here will be 12,000. Here will be 8,000. Minus fixed cost will be same in all unit because it is fixed cost. Will not change due to change in volume of production. Profit, here there is no profit or loss. That particular point is known as break even point. Then here there will be a profit. Here will be 2000 loss. So when a firm is going to start a business, first they should fix this target of break even point. Okay, the marketing team, sales executive and advertisement, everything, every factor should work to attain this particular unit. When they cross 2500, then only they can be relaxed. I think when we met a person who recently started a business, what we will ask? Profit or if you have profit or loss. After studying break-even point, you just ask them that, did you cross break-even point? That would be your question since onwards. Okay, did you cross break-even point? No, still maybe they say that still they are facing loss, which means they are below. Okay, yes, from here we can conclude a point. What will the point? At break-even point, no profit or loss. Above break-even point, what will be? Profit. Below break-even point, okay, yeah, I will give time to copy. Okay, first we have to finish this as soon as possible. Then what? We have two equations. Yeah, now we understood the break-even point, the equation of break-even point when they asked the question like unit. Then in value, nothing great, very easy. Here I would like to write break-even sales instead of break-even point. You got? So what will be the equation? Fixed cost divided by contribution per unit into selling price, which means selling price. Then what will 10,000 divided by 4? Up to this same. But in here they want the rupees, so just multiply with the selling price of rupees 10. Am I correct? Yeah, it will come 25,000. What is the meaning? How many unit? How many rupees? How much rupees? Not how much. Sorry, how many? So here 25,000. 25,000. This is the amount. This is the break-even. Break-even sales. This is the break-even point. Okay, if you got the break-even point, you just multiply it with the selling price per unit, then you will get break-even sales. Okay, nothing great. We have another equation to find out. വി ഹാവ് ഫോളോ ചെയ്യുന്നില്ലേ? പോയാൽ കയ്യിൽ നിന്ന് പോയിണ്ടാ ഇല്ലല്ലോ എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇല്ലേ? എന്തൊരു സുഖമില്ലാത്തത്, കയ്യിൽ നിന്ന് പോയാ. Then break-even sales. Another equation is break-even sales is equal to fixed cost divided by PV ratio. Just apply that. 10,000. What is the PV ratio? We already found that 40%. It is not 40%. You just take calculator and work out. 25,000. 10,000 divided by 40% or divided by 40 into 100. Okay, so maybe comfortable with this because we got the same answer. And have some tricky understanding based on this, we'll discuss later. Okay, yeah. Actually, in this particular question, what my aim is to give you the, familiar with the equations with some few concepts, not more. Okay, yeah. So, it's over, our equation or question? No. Then next, what they asked? Margin of safety. Point number 8 or 9. So, let's conclude break-even point. Please reply. Break-even point means there is no profit or loss point. It can be expressed in two ways. Number one, unit, then rupees. In unit, what will be the equation? Break-even point is equal to fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Then in rupees, what is the equation? There are two equations. Number one is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit into selling price, or simply fixed cost divided by PV ratio. Which equation should be applied? Based on the question information, circumstance like that. There is no any restriction to apply this like that. Okay, you can apply as per your convenience. Then let's go to the 9th part. What is that? Margin of safety. Okay, first I will give the equation. Actual sales minus break-even sales. Not point, because this is represented in rupees. That's why this is also represented in rupees. That's why. If it is in unit, okay, no problems. Break-even point you can put there. Actual sales. What is our actual sales as per income statement? 60,000. That what is our break-even sales? 25,000. Nothing great. So 60,000 minus 25,000 is equal to 35,000. That is what is margin of safety. What does it mean? Nothing great, dears. It's very simple. Out of the total sales, how much? 60,000. Up to 25,000, there is no profit or loss. Okay? Or up to 25,000, there is a loss. Maybe in up to means below 25,000, there is a loss. On that particular point, there is no loss or profit. Above that, there will be a profit. So, profit will contain only this much of sales. Got it? Profit will contain only this sales. Out of total sales 60,000, will it contain all the sales profit? No. Only how much? 35,000. കിട്ടിയാ? അതോ 25,000 വരെ എന്തില്ല? പ്രോഫിറ്റ് ഇല്ല. അപ്പോൾ പ്രോഫിറ്റ് ഉള്ള കണ്ടന്റ് ഉള്ള സെയിൽസ് ആണ് ഇത്. മാർജിൻ ഓഫ് സേഫ്റ്റി. സേഫ്റ്റി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ? നമ്മൾ സേഫായ ഒരു പോർഷൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കി. 25,000 വരെ എന്തല്ല? സേഫ് അല്ല. അതിൻ്റെ മുകളിലാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്തായത്? സേഫ്റ്റി ആയത്. ഓക്കെ, നത്തിങ് ഗ്രേറ്റ്. There is another equation, okay, or another equation that we can apply in this question itself. Profit divided by PV ratio. What is profit divided by PV ratio? What is the profit here? 14,000. Okay, 14,000 divided by PV ratio is 40%. Just do that. 35,000. Nothing great. Okay, this is the another way. Okay, so there are two equations to find out what margin of safety. Okay, you know, most of the question you want this equation because of lack of informations. Okay, yo, there are two type of equation to find out margin of safety. Number one is actual sales minus break even sales, then another one profit divided by PV ratio. Okay, finally last, this is also very interesting one, 10th point. What is that? Sales to earn a desired profit of rupees 2 lakh. What is the question actually? Sales to earn a desired profit of rupees 2 lakh. I think when we started a organization, a calculator manufacturing organization, actually every proprietor or owner, they want to know what will they have. They may set some target profit, maybe 2 lakh, 10 lakh. Then when they will get the profit, I mean at what sales, when the unit is this much, then he will get this much of profit. That's their desired profit. You know one thing, the equation is very easy one, because we know the equation for BEP. What is the equation? Fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Just add the denominator with the DP. DP means desired profit. So what is the equation? Fixed cost plus desired profit divided by contribution. Fixed cost, as we know, 10,000. What is our desired profit? 2 lakh. Divided by contribution per unit is 4. Then what will be the amount? 1 lakh, 5 lakh 25,000. 2 lakh 10,000 divided by 4. How much? 52,000. What does it mean? What does it mean? If you sold 52,500 unit of calculator, then you will get rupees 2 lakh as profit. Okay, actually, can we know this, or can we find the solution for these types of question with the help of accounting? No. Can we use accounting to solve this kind of problem? No. We know the profit of actual profit. There is no any equation to find out desired profit in accounting, financial accounting. Okay, so this kind of management accounting chapter arises due to this, which means there is a heavy scope for this chapter or this concept of marginal costing. Yeah, maybe you are not satisfied with this equation. When you will satisfied, I will show you a income statement based on this 52,500 unit. Let's do that. Sales 52,500 into selling price is, okay, so 5 lakh 25,000 minus variable cost is equal to 52,500 into 6. Give me that. 3 lakh 15,000. So contribution is equal to 2 lakh 10,000. Don't you know that how to deduct? Can I? Contribution minus fixed cost. How much is the fixed cost? 10,000. So the profit will be 2 lakh. This is a proof. Okay, yeah. When you sold 52,500 unit, you will get a profit of 2 lakh. If your desired profit is 1 lakh, okay, then What will be the equation? Fixed cost plus desired profit divided by contribution. Instead of 2 lakh, we can fix here 1 lakh. Okay, whatever profit you want, you can fix that. Here another way, you just listen. We can use fixed cost plus desired profit divided by PV ratio. You just use that 10,000 plus 2 lakh divided by 40%. What will be the amount? 5 lakh 25. Okay, you got what does it mean? This one. So these sales we can directly compute. Okay, same, when break-even point in unit, the denominator is contribution per unit. When break-even point in sales value, the denominator is PV ratio. So the same equation we can use here also. Okay, that's all about our particular understanding of the basic equation that is required to solve the marginal costing problems.